Oh my, oh my god. Oh shit, man. Hunter x Hunter, chapter 342. One thing, or one line that could probably sum up this chapter. The fodder is going to just die like flies. So much fodder. Oh my god. The amount of death and people I see dying way off when they get into the Dark Continent is going to be oh my god, it's going to be fucking ridiculous. Seriously. It is going to be a fucking massacre. No. It's like putting a fly up against a giant-ass shark. Or a bulldozer. Or something. And the fly doesn't have no walls to escape. It can't fly out of the way. It's stuck in this little fucking tube, and it goes straight, and there's the bulldozer. It's gonna run that fucking little fly over. There's about 1 million people from Kakin that is going to go to the Dark Continent, or the outskirts of the known world. and they think that these people, they think that these A-class and B-class creatures, these monsters over there, are not that bad. Like, supposedly C-class creatures in our known world are snakes, bears, sharks, shit like that. It's standard creatures in our world. That's dangerous, okay? And the scary thing is that we saw the 5 calamities. I got tear in my eye, I'm sorry. I got tear because it is amusing how so fucking ridiculous some of these people are. Okay, so we saw the 5 great calamities last chapter. I talked about it. It's just so much information. There's so many calamities, like the zombie type disease calamity and stuff, and then you had the protector of Braun, and then you had the freaking little papus, the human feeding plants and stuff like that. Well, those are the 5 great calamities and different creatures, and these people think they can just walk in being regular civilians into the Dark Continent. No! Oh my god. That should be comedy. That's fucking comedy right there. These people believe they can walk into the Dark Continent. You want to know why I find it so fucking hilarious? You know, I got my notes right here. I want to get my notes, okay? Okay, so there apparently was over 149 different voyages. Okay, just 49 different voyages in the past couple years that people has tried to make a voyage to the Dark Continent. Okay, out of these 149 voyages, okay, only 28 people fucking survived. And this is like thousands of people on these voyages. And like only 28 fucking people survived. And there was like only 5 successful voyages. You know, let me go further into this, okay? Supposedly, from what I understood from this chapter, there's a lot of fucking dialogue. And there's just a lot to really grasp. Last chapter took me about 40 fucking minutes to actually just read. This chapter, damn. You don't even want to know the time, how long it took. Okay, fine. It took me, at the very least, looking at the time that passed and grasping all the information and processing it, thinking about it, all sorts of stuff like that. I swear it was like an hour and 20 minutes time I was done with this chapter. I'm like, fuck. Oh my god. Okay, so, anyways, out of these 28 survivors that's went on these, like, there's 149 voyages, and there's 28 survivors out of all these voyages, thousands of people on these different voyages going. And there was only 5 successful voyages. from what I understood from the chapter, is that all 5 successful voyages were not sanctioned by the V5. For instance, V5 have you go to these certain sections where the guides are, and they sanction to a certain location, and you could go on the Dark Continent. Well, from the chapter, from the dialogue, it says that only 5 successful voyages, for instance, only 5 successful were not sanctioned by the V5. So, right there, I'm like, okay, so what the fuck is going on here? Is V5 trying to kill people? Are they trying to kill people? Like I said, the translations could be wrong. I'm going to say it right now. Translation could be wrong. From what my translation said, it says that all the voyages from the V5 pretty much failed. Any unsanctioned, like the unofficial voyages from V5, were successful. The 5 that were successful. Now, the thing is, all 28 people that survived, like, okay, they were in top physical form, mentally strong, and like beyond was a part of these trips. So these people that survived were incredible, fucking insanely strong. Like, they were fucking horrifically strong, probably Netero level. I want to say right now, majority of those people that survived were probably Netero level. And out of all 28 people that survived and came back from the Dark Continent, only 3 managed to go back to everyday life. Oh, these thousands of fucking Caucasian people? No! Oh! These thousands and probably a million or so people that, regular civilians that want to go to this continent, the outskirt islands, and go to the fucking Dark Continent. Oh my god. Holy fuck, they're dead. They are dead. Dead. You might as well form a fucking line and just walk into a meat grinder. That's exactly what it is, okay? They think they can challenge all these calamities, the zombie, the papu type fucking human sucking plant or whatever, the brawn, the pyramid dude, the hell beast or whatever, the snake beast. There's so many fucking calamities, and you're telling me you're gonna fucking, the gas life forms, yeah, there's so many calamities, and these people, these regular people, think they can just walk in like they're fucking badasses into this continent and think they're gonna have some form of gold rush, gold mine, and they're gonna be rich and they're gonna survive and shit. No. If they only knew what they were getting into. Oh my god. That is scary as fuck. Anyways, back on topic of what I was saying. Like, the only 3 people survived. Like, only 3 people was able to actually go back to everyday life, into real society. Out of the 28 people that survived and came back, after the post-testing, post-screening test, after what happened in the Dark Continent, only 3 were able to go back to everyday life. And that means these people that are, like, probably near Beyond's level were fucked. And they got stuck or probably died or something after their voyage. Maybe by the zombie disease or whatever. So, right here, just like, Dude. Holy shit. I still got a tear in my eye. It's just, I find so much comedy in the fact that so many people are just going in there unaware of what the fuck they're about to go into. Oh. Holy hot damn. Okay, at the beginning of this chapter, I was scared as fuck by a couple of things to find out how big the Dark Continent is. Yes, I knew it was big. I know it was on the outskirts of the known human world. I knew this. But finding out how massive in scale the Dark Continent is compared to the known world is terrifying. Let me explain why. They show an actual zoom-out visual map of the Dark Continent with the known world. The known human world, pretty much, is like this little fucking map, and you see the islands, how they look supersized, kind of like our world map. Well, they zoom out a little bit, you see, like, this just giant-ass, like, square, and it's like, holy shit, that's a big, type ocean around this continent. But it zooms out even fucking more, and I'm like, what? I mean, it's got this dotted line around it and all that, and I mean, you see how this dotted line's, like, the only known world, but you see this little mark, like, right there, and it goes further out, and you see how these little fucking islands, the little islands is the known world, these little-ass islands, something like that would be considered Hawaii-type small-ass islands, compared to the Dark Continent. No! Oh, shit! Oh my god, the size scale of the Dark Continent. Oh, freaking hell, man. Just the size. Okay, the size of the Dark Continent compared to the known world is ridiculous. They're small islands comparison to the Dark Continent. And the scary part is, okay, let me explain. We're only found out, like, this ocean that we thought was a fucking ocean. No. This ocean is actually a giant-ass lake. A Great Lake. Like, United States-type Great Lakes. This is fucking just a Great Lake. Oh. Okay, listen to why I'm saying this. Why this is just so fucking ridiculous. This is a Great Lake. The entirety of the known world is surrounded by land. The Dark Continent. Okay? The thing is, this is just one Great Lake. There could be tens of, like 20 to 30 Great Lakes in the Dark Continent. Because we haven't seen the full scale of the Dark Continent. Oh my god. The amount of adventure that could be in the Dark Continent is almost limitless. What Togashi has just set up with this is limitless. It really is. Or at the very least, it could last for a while. Oh, the fucking setup. The setup of what could happen. And then there's a lot of questions I'm curious about. One thing is, I don't know if it was explained or not, because there's just so much information to cover, so if any Chibits know about this, and if it has been explained in this chapter or the last chapter, not further on down the future, but in this chapter, last chapter, I find it very strange how the area where our known world is able to stay away from the calamities. That is the biggest thing that is a mystery to me, okay? I know the calamities are out there in the Dark Continent, but why is this one little fucking area safe? Why? Why is it safe? Another question I have is something that was brought up. There is guides. These guides that help out the voyages. For instance, all these voyages, all 149 different voyages that went to the Dark Continent have had a guide. And these guides, supposedly, when I was first reading the chapter, I thought it was just regular strong-ass people. Okay, from V5 or someone, just very strong people. And as it continued on, we find out that these guides are these beasts, magical beasts, or these fucking beasts, and they're guides for the crew, or the people that are going to the Dark Continent to travel safely, or enter the Dark Continent. The question is like, they must be unbelievable. To fucking stay on the Dark, dude, to stay on the Dark Continent and actually survive. What are those beasts? What the fuck are they? What are they? What are they? And why do they want to even help out humankind? That is the question. That is the big question. Why do they want to help out humankind, whatever these creatures are? Why? Yes, they're watchdogs for the Dark Continent, but why do they want to help out humankind technically and be a guide? Why is that? Question right there. Another thing, okay? Let's just put it this way. These people that want to go to the Dark Continent, what happens when they lose their guide? What happens? Like, let's think about this. What happens when you lose your fucking guide? Like, they're trying to have little fucking civilians go to the Dark Continent, or the outskirt islands of the Dark Continent, and what happens if you lose your guide? Let me explain something real quick, okay, since I have yet to talk about it. The actual survivability, the survival rate of the voyage is 0.04%. Oh my god! 0.04%. Everybody's fucked. Everybody is fucked. Everybody. 0.04%. And it's gonna be slaughter, dude. The survival rate is that fucking low, and there's like thousands of people trying to go to the Dark Continent. Oh my god. Do you not see the massacre? Do you not see it? Do you not see what is about to happen? I don't know if it's already happened yet in the manga in these 9 chapters I need to catch up with. But oh my god, Togashi, man. That's fucking dark, dude. That is dark. You're sending random fodder to die. I mean, I understand you kill out fodder to make a point, but holy shit, do you have to kill that many? Do you have to kill thousands? Or even 1 million? What the fuck, Togashi? What the fuck? Listen to this, okay? This is how I know there's gonna be 1 million. Supposedly there's 5 freaking, like, super giant-ass black whales that can house 250,000 people. And there's supposedly going to be 5 at the end of the year. And you have the king and his 14 princes that, you know, beyond in his, like, I guess, makeshift zodiacs, are going to the Dark Continent. And these other wells are for people that win the lotto and cocking these just random fucking civilians to go on. Dude. Listen, okay? The people that are going to go to the Dark Continent on these fucking ships, okay? They are unaware of these 5 great calamities. They're unaware of the zombie disease and shit like that. And they're going just to go there to say, let's hit a fucking gold rush, let's get some gold, or, you know, just the entire term of that. They think they could just go to the continent and everything's gonna be fine. All these people. They don't even have someone like Netro or Beyond with them, protecting them. They just random civilians. It's like me getting on a flight to go to the freaking Dark Continent right now. Oh my god. Dude. I consider fucking fodder. I would die. I would fucking die. I'm just gonna say it right now. I would just die probably. I wouldn't even probably make it to the outskirts of the human world. I'd probably die by something. I'm just gonna say it right now. If I was in Hunter x Hunter, I would die. So, just no. Oh. Holy shit, man. There's just so much. So much. Togashi, man. Damn. Okay. Anyways, next topic I want to talk about. Back to the guides. I actually want to talk more about that. Supposedly from what was said in this chapter, without the guides, it would be 100% impossible, like almost next to impossible, to get outside the ocean border to the Dark Continent. Listen to this real quick, okay? Listen real quick. As I said earlier, 0.04% to survive. That's with the guides. The fucking guides. 0.04% with the fucking guides! And they're saying that it's next to impossible without the guides. As I said, what happens if you don't have the guide? Oh my god. That's 0%, dude. That's 0 fucking percent. Or you have to have the luck of a saint. I don't know, you have to have extreme luck, okay? To survive something like that. There's no way. Oh my god, man. That is also crazy. How strong are these guides to actually even keep 0.04% alive? How strong are these guides? How old are they? What are they? So many questions. Supposedly from the end of this chapter, I do want to talk about something real quick. You have Jin say something very intriguing to Buriston in this chapter. He says, send in the chimeras. 5,000 chimeras. From what I understand from the context, which wasn't really explained well, is that supposedly Jin wants to send in these 5,000 chimeras to the Dark Continent to probably lessen the fodder from dying. For instance, you know, the regular civilians from dying, probably to sort out everything up front on the Dark Continent, probably set up a base or something like that. From what I understood, could be wrong. But pretty much, as we know, all these surviving Chimera ants in the cocoons at the end of the Chimera ants arc, we do know that Buriston technically took a lot of them, took all the cocoons, hid them somewhere, and has them. Well, with this, Jin says to Buriston, you need to send in the chimeras, so right there it just shows you that, can the Chimera ants really do something against the Dark Continent? Like, I guess it's a smart idea sending in these creatures that'll be extremely strong, but for Jin to say that, it also shows you how strong the Dark Continent is, too, to even say something like that. So, the overall ending of this, man, I was like, oh, crap. 5,000 Chimera ants going to the Dark Continent. And now, I want to say this right now. If I see Chimera ants dying like fodder, like strong Chimera ants with Nin and stuff, just dying like fodder, I am going to shit a brick. I will shit a fucking brick if I see Chimera ants with Nin that are completely strong dying like ants. literally dying like ants. If they do, I will be scared as fuck. I will honestly be scared as fuck if I saw something like that. It is just terrifying. Now, the overall part of this chapter, from what I could see, is that Beyond now is going to be hitching a ride with the Hunter Association. There's an overall race to whoever gets to the Dark Continent first. You have V5, you have the Hunter Association, even you have Beyond's group and stuff. From what I can see from this chapter in the dialogue, it seems like there's a massive race to the Dark Continent. So many people are trying to race to the Dark Continent to get there first, uncover the riches and all sorts of stuff, even though there's going to be a lot of people's deaths in the near future. Pretty much, though, with this, though, pretty much you have a competition of sorts. And what Beyond says in this chapter actually intrigues me a little bit. He says the real battle will begin in the Dark Continent. I mean, right now they're having discussions and disputes and politics and stuff against each other to try to get to the Dark Continent. All these different organizations and stuff right now. Well, Beyond states like the real battle will begin in the Dark Continent. He says this to Cheadle in this chapter. So it makes me believe that either Beyond and his Zodiacs and our Zodiacs are going to be fighting each other, or they're going to be battling it out against the nature and stuff. I mean, remember what Netero said last chapter? I remember covering it specifically stating that Netero went there for strength, to seek strength, to battle, a win. And what he found was harsh, cruel nature. That's exactly what Netero discovered in the Dark Continent. He couldn't win. And the real thing that I find funny is the entire sentence of what Beyond says. He's like, the real fight will begin in the Dark Continent. So, if he's thinking he could walk into the Dark Continent and fight it, fuck no. Remember what Netero just said in the last chapter? Like, you can't win. He says what he felt there wasn't something you could win. It was cruel, harsh nature. So, that brings the question, like, is Beyond really just talking about attacking the Hunter Association? Is that what he's talking about? Or is he talking about something else? Is he talking about the Dark Continent? A lot of questions. Like I said, the overall context of this chapter requires a lot more thought to it. I definitely have to read a lot more into this chapter to understand the entire grasp and scope of this. Like I said in last review and the review before that, Togashi, I have never in my entire life seen writing like this. I mean, I've read a lot of manga, okay? I read Berserk, and at the very least, I can read it somewhat fast, understand the themes, get the symbolism, and all sorts of stuff from it. But the amount of dialogue, and the amount of phrases, and the amount of info dumps, and so much shit going on in one chapter, there is no fucking way you can read this in 5 minutes! Dude! Even if you read it in 5 minutes, you couldn't get everything, man. I have to sit for 50 damn minutes to read this shit, or even more. Oh my god. Oh. The amount of dialogue, Togashi. I've never seen something like this. In my years of reading manga, I've never seen so much dialogue that has so much information that pertains to the overall plot. The plot! The writing, dude. Just write a fucking light novel. Write a fucking light novel, Togashi. Seriously, write a light novel. That is what Hunter x Hunter is right now. Write a light novel. Seriously. Seriously. I'm being fucking honest right now, okay? Write a light novel. Overall, an amazing chapter. There's so much more I could talk about. I just don't want to be here for another 30 minutes talking about it, because I know everybody doesn't want to see me talking for 30 freaking minutes, 30 more freaking minutes after this. But I will tell you this, the amount of information is staggering in this chapter, and even last chapter. I'm willing to bet I want to just slap my fucking self across the face next chapter, because it's going to probably have 10 times the dialogue. I've heard some horror stories from fellow Chibits telling me that the upcoming chapter, chapter 343, if I'm correct, has the biggest info dump in the fucking series, or one of the biggest out of these 9 chapters, and I'm honestly quite fucking scared to see next chapter. I am really scared to see next chapter, because if that is bigger than this in the last chapter, oh shoot, I'm gonna be there for 2 hours, man. I want to be reading that for fucking 2 hours, dude. And I want to be, like, just writing shit down for another hour after that, and then I want to be looking at the camera, staring up, like, ugh, like drooling on myself for another hour, just, like, okay. overall, the setup is so strong. Dark Haunted is looking scary as fuck. That's all I could say right now. And just the massacre and the fodder that is about to just get raped is going to be ridiculous. I'm going to say it right now. It is going to be ridiculous, the amount of deaths I see. So, 9.5 or even 10 out of 10 for the overall complexity of the chapter. Togashi knows how to set up his story. I'll give the man that. He knows how to set up his story. Even after the Chimera Ant arc, he knows how to set up his story. And he doesn't disappoint. Holy hell, he doesn't disappoint. Because the overall aspect of the Dark Continent is looking terrifying compared to Chimera. Chimera looks like a fucking ant, dude. He's like a fucking ant. No pun intended. He looks like a fucking ant compared to this shit. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. Gotta end it. Gotta go read this shit again, okay? I'm gonna read it again. I'll try to get another Hunter x Hunter review out as early as I can next week. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.